Good day, East Hampton and community. Welcome to the kitchen at LTV. Today, we have a beautiful and very talented guest, Rocio Fukuda. Rocio is the owner and founder of the Rustic Cake Studio that is based out of the East End Food Institute at Stony Brook in Southampton. Rocio is a cake designer and a certified chocolatier. She has appeared on the Food Network and will be returning in the spring. Today, Rocio will lead us into mixing and baking some amazing Thanksgiving desserts. So let's meet Rocio. Hi, Rocio. Welcome.
Hi, Sandra. Thank you very much for having me. And I'm so excited. And we're going to make an awesome cake for Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay, perfect. Great. So what are we going to be preparing today?
So we're going to make some lemon cake, and we're going to decorate our cupcakes, cake and cupcakes. So they match each other because the cake is going to be shaped into a pumpkin, and then we're going to have little pumpkins decorating our cupcakes as toppers.
Beautiful. So let's get started. You gave me the ingredients, which is wonderful. And I just want to say, everyone, I am not a baker and I am not a cook at all. So Rocio is truly going to lead us, but we're going to have a lot of fun.
We're going to go on step by step. I'll show you how you're going to help me out. You're going to be my helper today.
Okay, great. So we're going to start with 2 1/4 cups of sugar.
Sugar, yes. So we're going to make the cake. The cake is just going to be based on oil, so we're not going to use any butter. This is the sugar. It's going to be 3/4 cups of oil going into the mixer.
Beautiful.
And we're just going to mix this a little bit. While this is mixing, we're going to put together our flour with the other dry ingredients because we have the baking soda and baking powder. We're going to put that together.
Great.
And then on our liquids, we're going to do our lemon juice. We're going to put it all together.
Beautiful.
And we have the lemon zest. We can put it on the flour too.
Okay.
So this one is mixing well. We're going to start dropping the eggs one by one. It's very, very simple, very easy. And it's fast to make, so anybody can make it now.
And it's important to do 1 egg at a time?
Yeah, you want them to mix well.
Okay.
And then you can see when everything is incorporated, then you can add the other one.
Very nice.
So for this, we're gonna just pump a little bit the lemon flavor on the cake with lemon extract. And it's only 3 teaspoons.
Okay.
Just to make it a little bit more stronger. And once that is mixed, we can start adding our dry ingredients, and then we're gonna alternate it about 3 times.
It smells good.
Yeah,
I know you guys can't smell it, but it smells wonderful.
Smells really good. So we're gonna kind of do 1/3 of the flour first, little by little. And then we're gonna do half of our liquid ingredients. Very easy. And it incorporates very fast, and just if you notice, I don't have the mixer really in high speed.
Right.
It's just mixing.
Right. It looks actually like a low speed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
But it's thickening. I see the batter.
Yeah. So it's coming all together.
Great.
I'm gonna do the last part of this. And just the last portion of our flour, all the dry ingredients in here. go. And once it's mixed, we can put them in our cupcake pans and the cake pans.
Okay.
For the cake pans, it's
And what temperature will we keep the oven at?
so the oven is going to be at 350, and
Okay.
it depends on the timing for baking, because the pan is going to have more butter than just the cupcake pan. So this
Okay.
will probably baking about 15-20 minutes, and then the cakes will bake about 25-35 minutes.
Great.
And a trick so it doesn't stick to the pan, we're just going to spray it a little bit with the oil.
I'm getting a good lesson here.
Yeah, you know, when I was a kid, we used to do butter and flour. So now it's just the spray, and then you put the parchment paper, and it's ready to go.
Very nice.
And this is all done.
And that you just base on your instinct of how thick it is, and
Yes, so basically this one is more oil based than butter. When it's butter based, the cakes are gonna be the butter is gonna be a little more harder than the oil. This one is very soft, and it's not, if you see, and it's all mixed. You can
I pour
see
that
it's all
in?
mixed. Sure,
Do I make a little contribution here?
go ahead.
Okay. And fill it about halfway?
Yes. So usually they raise a lot.
Is that
so
good?
that is good.
Okay. Great. And now this one.
And now that one, and then we can do some of the cupcakes.
Okay. That's probably good.
Very good. Yes.
Great.
You can use the spatula so it doesn't go over everywhere. There you go. And yes, for that we're gonna use the ice cream scoop, because it's so much easier, and it's like the perfect measurement. Like one scoop, it will raise a little bit in the oven, so you just need one scoop, and it's not like messy, you know, instead of pouring it like that.
That's smart.
Yeah. So if you want to do that,
Sure.
if you want to practice a little bit.
We still have time towards Thanksgiving, right? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. There's even an art to. Great.
There is other ice cream scoops that has a little metal inside, and then it's easier for coming out.
For beginning bakers.
That is great.
Okay.
And you can smell it, right?
Yeah.
It smells
Oh my God.
really good.
Well, we figured I was gonna mess
Yeah,
up one,
no,
but
no
that's
worries.
okay.
That's
No
good.
problem.
We have more
We'll
there.
fix it. Oh, hold on. Okay.
There you go.
Good. You want to help finish up, and then we'll get it in
Sure.
the oven.
You can
so
put-
we can
Yep,
move
you can
on
put
to.
those in the oven,
Okay.
and I can
While you
finish
finish
this
that,
one.
great.
We're just gonna take this one out. There you go.
Great. Okay.
So it goes in the oven for 350 degrees, and we're gonna check after we do the decorations. We're gonna start on the cupcake decorations. We're
Okay.
gonna do a little pumpkin. So I'm gonna show you how to do it with the fondant.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun.
Great. Yeah. Make decorations for cupcake and cake. That's what we're going to do.
So
Okay.
always wanna clean it, because otherwise it
This one's-
burns a
Okay,
little
let's
bit.
get this in the oven and start on our decorations.
On the decorations. Okay. You want a clean table to start your decorations. So this is the fondant. It's a paste, a modeling paste made out of
Can I just-
sugar.
It's like Play-Doh.
It's like Play-Doh, yes. It is fun. So we're gonna use cornstarch so it doesn't stick on our table. And we're gonna start cutting the little base for the toppers. So you wanna roll the fondant like this, and you always want to rotate it if it's a small piece, so you're making sure that it's not sticking on your board.
Okay.
If you see that it's sticking on the board, you go ahead and just put a little bit of more cornstarch.
Great.
And then if you want to try to do it,
Sure.
I have
I've
one
got it
for
my own
you
roller.
right there.
Right. Can I move that a little?
Yeah, can move that there. There you go.
Perfect. That's great. Very nice. And should it make the ends the same as the middle? I mean, just completely flat?
Yes, so everything even, because you
Okay.
want to make the cupcake base, the topper is going to be,
Good?
yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So we're just going to get the cutter. Any shape you like is good. We're going to put it like that.
Oh, no, what?
And then you put it right here. We're going to do the little pumpkin on top. So we're
Okay.
going to have a little pumpkin, and then everything is going to go on top of our cupcakes.
What fun. That's
Yes.
great.
So I'm going to give you some orange, because our pumpkins are going to be
I
orange.
guess if you were a kid and good in art, this is,
Oh, they love it. Yes,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
love to play. It's like Play-Doh, like you said.
the colors are
Yeah.
beautiful.
So I'm going to give you some, and then
So
we're
I'm
going
gonna
to
leave-
have just a little bit, not much, because we want to have a little pumpkin sitting on top. That's going to be it. That size is good. And then you can just roll it on your hand.
Okay. This reminds me of when we had marshmallows, and you'd like to have them
Yes.
happy with the marshmallows. And
And then we're going to have our tool. I have this tool. You have it right there. I give you one.
okay,
So then you're going to have the lines of the pumpkin. And we're just going to do it like this.
oh, that's clever.
Yeah, so it's very, very easy. A simple decoration, but it's going to look really nice. Here we go.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So-
for the top, we're going to use the other one, the one that has a bowl, and then we're just going to mush it up in there in the middle.
Okay, got that.
There we go. And we're going to put a little stem right there. So you don't need much. We can do it with
Okay.
this. And just roll it in your hand. We're going to make just like that. And then with your tool, you can just cut it. And this goes in the middle. Look, it's looking nice already.
A longer stem.
Yeah,
Did you-
that's good. Because pumpkins are different sizes, different shapes, so
Right.
everything
And
is
so
good.
everything's acceptable.
Yes. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
And then we're gonna
That's
just roll.
terrific.
Yes.
I love that.
I'm gonna roll a little bit thinner. And then we're gonna kind of curl it a little bit and then put it on the side. And that's it, our pumpkin.
Oh, that's adorable. Can I take
Yes, go ahead.
cut a little of that? Great. That's super.
And then just curl that a little bit. And then to glue it on the base, we're just gonna use, this is piping gel, so it's edible glue. It's made out of sugar and gelatin. So we just put a little bit there, and then we place our pumpkin on top.
Beautiful.
Yes.
That's great.
Here we go.
Gel. Wow. All this great stuff. I love it.
Yeah, and everything is edible, so you can take a bite after. It's good. It's
Wow.
all sugar.
That is so cool. Great. So, I see. I think maybe we should take the cake out.
Yes, it might be ready.
See? Okay.
So let's move a little bit this.
Yes.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Great.
Beautiful
and
cake.
our-
Beautiful colors. And erase.
Smells delicious. Wow. Okay.
So you wanna pass me the plate with the cupcakes things.
That's nice, little doilies.
and we're gonna put the cupcakes in there. So this way they look pretty for the table decorations. That's gonna be your job. I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna put you doing that.
Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile, we're gonna get this cake out of here, just with a knife, just making sure it comes out. And I'm gonna put some gloves on because it's gonna be a little messy here.
Okay, so we'll put these off to the side right there.
Yeah.
And then we can put the topper on?
Yes. So let me unmold this cake.
Okay.
Can I have the other one, please?
Sure.
Thank you. So we're gonna start frosting our cupcakes and then frosting our cakes.
Great. So we're going to use what for the frosting?
Vanilla buttercream. I got the white vanilla buttercream, and it's gonna look nice because we have a lot of colors with the toppers, so we're just gonna use the vanilla, and it goes well with the flavor of the lemon cake.
Okay.
So you're gonna have your piping bag and hold it like this. You make a little cup with your hand, and then open it like this so you can put the buttercream in there.
Oh, should I
The
have my glove
buttercream
on?
is right next to you.
Hold on. Here's the buttercream.
Beautiful. There we go. So the way you fill it up, it's you put a little bit in the bag, clean it on your finger, so this way it's in there.
Okay.
And then you can just keep putting it in and pushing it down. So you have a little, you can either use the spatula or this offset spatula, whichever is easier for you.
Am I allowed to taste it?
Yes.
Good. It's very moist. It's got a very nice consistency.
Yes. And then when you're done, just put it up and push all the buttercream down. And you make sure you turn up here so it doesn't come up that way.
Okay.
And it's gonna be very easy to pipe.
I'm almost there.
Yep.
Okay. Is that good enough?
That's good. That's
Okay.
good. You can always use this one when you're done with that one.
Okay. So
I'm gonna be making the cake.
Okay.
So you're gonna hold your cupcake.
Yes.
You're gonna hold the piping back in a 90-degree angle. There you're gonna start pressing. The buttercream is gonna come out, and then you're gonna go around. Always pressing. And then you stop and then pull up.
Very nice.
Yes.
That's
so
great.
There, we can just put our cupcake topper on top. Just like that.
Wonderful. That's
There
adorable.
we go.
Love it.
Yes, they're
That
so
is
pretty.
great.
So I'm gonna let you do this, the rest of them.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start carving the cake. I'm gonna put it together. I'm gonna carve
Perfect.
it a little bit in
Great.
the shape of the pumpkin.
Wonderful.
And then we're gonna decorate everything together.
Perfect. Sounds great. Let's do it.
So I'm just gonna put a little bit of buttercream on the bottom. This way our cake gets glue into the board.
I like this.
Yeah.
This is fun.
I'm gonna pour the cake just a little bit, so it's a straight for the other piece to come on top,
Great.
and it's not all which it makes a little a nice filling too. Like when you're doing different fillings, we're just gonna do the buttercream today, but there is people that like fruit fillings or jellies or dulce de leche. That's my favorite.
Great. I finish these, which is great.
Very nice. They
Perfect.
look, yes, they look beautiful. And then I'm just gonna turn this one too a little bit. I'll just go around with a knife,
Okay.
and that's it.
Wow. Neat.
Yes, just a little bit.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
That's phenomenal.
and we take
Wow,
the
look how
paper
perfect
out.
that is.
Yeah, so we're doing just a small one for
Okay,
now.
that's perfect.
So one is there. We usually put a little bit in the refrigerator so it's easy to carve, but I'm gonna carve it now.
Okay.
So we're gonna do kind of the shape of the pumpkin.
Let's see how you do that.
It's gonna be a little messy. We're gonna have a lot of cake here. So basically we start with a round shape.
Okay.
Adding a little bit on the bottom. It doesn't have to be perfect, just like the cupcakes. And then we're gonna do the indents a little bit.
Good. I hope we have time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So after we're done doing everything all around, you tell me about the time.
Okay. I was gonna, yeah.
So so let's pretend we did it already.
Right, and let's take a
I
look
know we
at
have
our
to-
finished products so
Yes.
that we can
So usually,
decorate some
yes.
more.
So usually when custom cakes
Very interesting.
are made like 3D shapes and,
Yes.
and different shapes, this is the part that takes longer because you
Yes.
have to carve the cake and you have to make sure it has the base and all the structure necessary so it doesn't fall apart. So in this case, we're just gonna finish like this, and then we have to frost our cake.
Okay.
So we frost the cake
Good.
just like that, and then when you're done, you have to chill it a little bit so
Okay.
the buttercream stays nice and stiff to support the fondant on top.
Good. So I
Right.
think we should.
We should go ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's
Great.
go.
Great job.
All right. So we're done with that,
That-
and then we put it in the refrigerator.
Okay, and then ultimately,
Yes. We
very
had
nice.
this one
That's
covered
fabulous.
already with fondant.
Great.
Yes. And the fondant is just roll on the table, and then we
Okay.
put it on top of our ice cake.
Great.
And
So now we have to add the stem and
Yes.
the leaves.
yes, and we're gonna cut the leaves.
Okay.
If you wanna make some room there, you can
Sure.
help me
This is
out
great.
cutting some leaves.
Perfect.
So the same way as we did the base for the cupcakes, we're gonna do the same. If you need more cornstarch, you have another one there. Oh,
Okay.
I just got some cake in it, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
So we have about 2 minutes. Okay. Let's see what our pumpkin cake looks like. So this is a lemon
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 cake
cake,
with vanilla buttercream
cream and the fondant.
and fondant on top.
Great.
And let me get this out. So you're gonna roll it, and then I
getting
have
good
the
at this.
cutter right here. Yes.
Oh, I thought I was getting good at
So this is what we're gonna create. We're gonna do our leaves to decorate our cake.
Fabulous. That's
Yes.
great.
And I'm gonna do the little stem that goes on top.
Sure. That's beautiful. Right.
And for that we have this
I
cutter.
think I'm going back that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So you're good. There you go.
And I'm just going to do a leaf. Okay.
For the stem, it's just the same as we did the little cupcakes toppers, but it's just in a bigger in a bigger shape. We're gonna put some piping gel.
Oh, I
That goes
love
right
that.
there. So if you have more time, you know,
Yes,
and you
you
wanna
can
do
play more.
yes, more details, you know, you
Yes.
do the lines here. But I know we don't have
Oh,
that much time.
So can I put a leaf on?
Yes, you can put a leaf on, and that depends, the decoration part depends on how you want it to look at the end.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Ah, I
You can
see.
do
Very
that.
clever.
Yes, it looks pretty.
It does look pretty.
Yeah. And a little one there.
Neat. That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, everybody should have one of these pumpkin cakes for Thanksgiving, right?
Yes,
Or at
now
least
that
prepare
everybody
it
has to
and
be in the
nobody's
house, you
house.
know, making it with the kids is great.
That's right.
They love it. But yeah.
That is terrific. I love it. That's great. Well, thank you so much, Rocio. It was great having you on the show.
Thank you, Sandra.
You
It
really
was fun.
are marvelous. Thank you again. Thank you to LTV. Please stay tuned. Up next, we will have Chef John and Chef Nico of The Honest Plate. Remember to eat honestly. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Kisses, love to all. Mwah. Thank you for
you.
tuning in. Bye-bye.
Thank you.